It's me, Mr. Harker. I've decided to make a video on showing you how to edit sprites and edit backdrops in Scratch, just in case you're interested, because we haven't had time to go over that just yet. So I'm going to dive in and do a short little video on that, because some of you like to really get involved there. So the first thing I'll do is, I'm not going to do this on my game I'm working on. I'll go to create and just make a practice. All right, so right now, no backdrop, no coding on this sprite, which is the cat. So what I'm going to do is go directly over here to costumes, and that will take you to this edit mode. All right, there are two modes of editing in here. One is called vector, and one is called bitmap. Right now we're in vector mode and has these tools. If I click this button, convert to bitmap, it has these tools. So sometimes I go back and forth depending on what's working and what I want to do. I'm going to go back to vector. First of all, if I want to fill, or if I want to edit this or move it around or make it bigger, I've already done this in one video, but you click this select button and you just tap on it once and you're able to enlarge, move it, twist it. I can also zoom out a little bit. All right, so we've done that already. And when you do that, it does go over here in the space where your game will be or your project. One thing I love about this editing mode is that you have the back arrow and you can go back in time in your session and get back if you do something you don't like. I really wish that the main, when you're coding, the main game, the main website did that, but it does not, unfortunately. So anyway, what I'd like to do is just show you a few things. I'm going to go to, well, I can do this. I'll zoom in a little bit. Now, if one tool doesn't seem to work in this mode, go to the other mode. I'll take the eraser. For some reason, I want to erase his ear. Maybe both of his ears. I don't know why. It'll do it, and it didn't work. Why is that? Huh. All right, so it's not working. This has happened to me before. Go to the other mode. Click the eraser in there, and it should work there. Yes, it does. Okay. So if a lot of the tools are the same in both, and if one's not working, switch to the modes. All right, there you go. So if I delete his ears, you know, they're gone over here. Here's the thing, though. With this particular sprite, and many of sprites in their library, they have more than one costume. So if I were to, let me demonstrate what I'm about to say here. If I go, I think in my backpack I should have this. Yes, I do. Yes. All right, this is the movement. I had this left over from the other day in my backpack. So if I go, like I have next costume, because it shows animation, I have two different cats. The thing is, I edited one of them and not the other, and this is what's going to happen. Watch. See, it looks goofy first, and I didn't. It's going back and forth between the two. If you don't edit both of them, it might look a little goofy. So if I wanted to do that and make it look half decent, I would probably need to get rid of these ears again. Okay, cool. All right. One thing that's kind of neat I discovered is if you click that, this is in vector mode. See this thing? And it's the arrow is touching that line. Like it'll pick this apart and you can edit it. There's so much stuff you can do with it. Of course, that looks really weird. So I'm going to go back in time here. But I just wanted to make you aware of that. So if I want to change the color, for instance, I'll click the paint bucket, change the color. And you can, I didn't even click down yet, but it'll show you what it's going to look like. All right, so if I click that, boom. But I would need to do it to the other one too. And notice it's not showing up, so I'll click the different mode. And it should work then, I hope. It's not working. There we go. Okay. So that's, sometimes it's a little tricky. So go back and forth between modes and keep playing around until you get what you need. So that's pretty much it. There's a lot you can do with it. One thing we did in a previous video that was really important is, I'm going to move this, that bullseye in the middle, that is where you want your characters to be. All right, because otherwise they'll be a little bit off. So make sure that it is centered in the workplace, and you have to maybe zoom in and zoom out. Okay, let me just show you, if I get a backdrop up over here, remember stage, and I'll just enter one of these backdrops here. I don't know. Let's see. Something real quick. I'll do this one. Okay. So I've got my sprite, and I can also edit this. So I click stage. So you definitely need to get off of the character, and you click stage, and then you could go to backdrops, and it'll bring you to the same editing mode. So you could, edit this somehow. You could make a sun in there or something like that. Okay, so here's a circle, there's a filled circle, and there's an outline circle, depending on what you want. So when I let go, it should appear over here, and it does. And now that's a permanent part of my backdrop. And there's a lot of things you can do with that. Pretty cool. All right. So you can play around with that if you want, but if you do not want to, edit anything, that's fine too. Sometimes when you import things from Google, which I hope to show you in another video, you may need to go in and edit it to make it just what you want. All right, that's it for now. I'll catch you in the next one.